Hi crafters, it's Chloe from Chloe's Creative Cards, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create this beautiful card using our Angel stamp and die set. We're going to do the background a little bit differently on this one because we've got some new stamps that I would love to be able to show you, which I think are going to work perfectly with these. So to start with, I've got a sheet of white Nina card and I'm going to just dust that over with an anti-static bag. I'm going to grab my Angel stamp in and I'm going to ink her up with a clear embossing ink pad. So lots of tapping all over the image. We're then going to pick that up and place this down onto our white card. So the Nina card that I'm using is perfect for stamping and embossing onto and colouring with your pens. So we're going to lift that off. And then we're going to take some scrap paper and we are going to take our Wow Polished Gold Superfine Embossing Powder. We're going to tip that over the top and tap away the excess. And then we're going to pop that back into the jar. There we go. Just going to pop my pin in the lid of this glue because I've just noticed I've left it out. So you can see we've got that lovely stamped angel image there. We're then going to take our heat tool and heat this up. So you see it'll go from a dull kind of brown colour to a beautiful bright gold as that powder starts to heat. There we go. So we're then going to take our little angel die and we're going to pop this over the top. I'm just going to give that a couple of seconds to cool off and roughly trim around the edge. Just before we pop that die on there, so we don't want to kind of take the top of the embossing off. So we're going to take our die and line that up over the top. Like that. And then we're going to take a little bit of low tack tape and just tape this down into place. So I'm going to put a piece of tape across here and then I'm going to put a piece of tape at the bottom here and then I'm going to run that through our machine. I'm using my Gemini machine, so I'm going to use my base plate, my plastic shim and then my little cutting plate on the top and we'll run that through. Grab that at the other side and push that through. There we go. We've got that angel all nice and cut out. So what I've done next is taken my Art Glitter Dries Clear Glue and I've got some Dulce glitter, which is a beautiful sparkly fine gold. So we're going to use that and I'm going to go in. I've got one that I've already done, so I'll just do a little bit to show you and just infill the dress of the angel. So we're just going to work all the way around, kind of adding in the glue in sections. You've obviously got a lot more time to do this at home than what I have here. But you can see how you can start to get your PVA glue on there. We'll then take a little bit of scrap card, sprinkle that glitter over the top, and you do that until you've completed the full dress. So once you've done that, your angel's going to look like this. Okay? So we'll pop her to one side and pop that back into the jar. There we go. So what I've done next is I've taken the angel and I've stamped just the wings out twice. So I've stamped and cut the wings out here, so you've got the front and back wing, and then on this one I've cut away just the front wing. So we're going to start and add some feathers onto here. So these feathers that I've got, I did actually buy from just from Amazon, and we're just you want to pull out them so you've got like some smaller, more fluffy feathers. Okay, and we're going to start and layer these up on the wings. So I'm going to start at the corner here. So again, just using my Dries Clear PVA, and what I found was really helpful was just to kind of get a bit of glue on there. And then you can start with your feathers. I like to cut away the kind of real pointy bit, like that. And then just start to layer up the feathers on the design like so. So it doesn't actually take too long to do this, but you're just kind of gonna position the feathers over, kind of over the wings. And the nice little one that we can just tuck in there. So on this particular one, I'm kind of focusing on the back wing, and then on this one, we're going to focus on this top wing. So again, just a bit of glue onto here. And then you can take your feathers, snip away the bits that don't look quite as fluffy. I mean, this is quite a messy project to make, I have to be honest and say. But you can just take the feathers and just start to position these down onto your little project like this. And you can kind of arrange them a little bit so they look nice and pretty. There we go. And then we'll just use like, I just want a little bit of feather, just that little bit there. That'll do this wing at the back here. So I'm going to pick that up, stick that down, and then you can see how that gives you the feathery wings, okay, for your beautiful angel. So what I've then done is take a little bit of pin flare glue gel and stick these two wings together. So a bit of glue gel on the back, and then you're going to stick that one just on the top here. This is a little bit fiddly to do, a lot easier once those feathers are dry. And I'm going to bring our little angel back in and we're going to colour her in. So I've got a few little Copic markers here. So I'm going to take, this one is milky white, so I'm going to use that to colour a little face in and our little hands. Really basic colouring here as well, nothing too difficult. And then I've just got a pink to give her a bit of colour on her cheeks. And then I've got like a hair coloured one, just to give her hair a little bit of a colour in there. So you can see how lovely that is then looking. And then we can take those feathery wings and pop those on top like this. So you're just going to position that down onto there. And that then gives her the lovely feathery wings. Once this is dry as well, you can trim the feathers a little bit if they're a little bit too feathery. So probably trim a little bit off here. You can just go in and give them a little trim. There we go. Or of course you can do them on heat resistant acetate as well, if you would like to give a slightly different look. There we go. So that would be our angel, complete with her lovely little feathered wings. So I'm going to pop that to one side. I'm going to grab in my little dustpan and brush to try and get rid of some of these feathers. Whoa. Off the counter there. And then we've got our cards. So I'm going to start with my little square that I'm going to mount the angel onto. And we're going to start off by stamping our Oh Holy Night sentiment in the bottom left corner. So this is our Quartz Pearl card that I'm working onto. And I'm just taking my stamp and inking it up with my clear embossing ink pad. I'm then going to take that Oh Holy Night. I'm going to stamp that in the bottom corner and lift off. We're going to grab that scrap paper in and use our polished gold wow powder just over the top there. And we'll just dust away any excess. I'm going to heat this one up just using my heat tool. And then we're going to use one of the new stamps from the Winter Wonderland collection. So this is the little Starry element set. I'm actually going to use this dotty one here. And it's really lovely for creating backgrounds. So we're going to take that stamp, we're going to ink it up with our clear embossing ink pad again. We're going to just kind of stamp this across the card. So I'm going to stamp it once there. And I'm going to take my bit of scrap paper and my polished gold wow powder, sprinkle that over the top. Lovely little inky fingerprint there, we'll dust that off. Again, we're going to take our little anti-static bag, give it a little dust, especially in that section there where I had my little inky finger. Re-ink the stamp. And then I'm going to stamp that one about there. Lift that off. Sprinkle over your embossing powder and tap away the excess. So you can see how that then has created a lovely little kind of starry trail across the card. So we're then going to take our heat tool and heat this up. Go, and that then creates that beautiful little starry trail just in the background there. So you can see how nice that looks. So then next up, we're going to take the angel and we're going to pop her over the top here, but we'll make our card up first. So we're going to take our scrap paper back in and we're going to take a chisel tip glue pen we've got here and some Crystallina glitter, which I've had here under my cutting plate. So we're going to take that Crystallina glitter and we're going to drag along the edge of this little square. Again, if you go off track, you can just wipe it off with your finger. Absolutely fine, nothing to stress about. There we go. And then we're going to take our Crystallina glitter and just dunk into there. Now if you do find that your glitter clings, if you've gone a little bit off track with your glue pen, please do not stress. You can take a little scrap bit of card and you can literally just push it back into alignment, like so. And there we go. Then you can take your glue and you can add just some little dots of glue in and around the stars and the sentiment, just kind of all over the background. And then you're going to take your Crystallina glitter, pop that over the top and tap away the excess. There we go. And then we've also got a piece of Opal pearl card that we've got here. And we're going to take that chisel tip glue pen and just drag along each edge, like so. And then we'll take that Crystallina glitter back in again. And we're going to just dunk that into our PV, into the glitter here. And then we'll start and match up our card. So we've got a card blank here. From memory, I think I've done this to 6.5. Yeah, I've done it to 6. No, it's a 6x6 card blank that I've got. So we're going to stick this first layer down flat. So just a little bit of glue on the back. Oops. And then we'll just stick, I don't know what's going on with the camera, it just looks really blurry there. So we'll stick that piece onto there, like so. And then we're going to take some mirror card and we're going to take some foam pads onto the back of there. And then we'll take the backs off of these. And there we go. And then that'll get stuck onto here. So that's some gold mirror card. And then I'm going to take our background that we've created, pop some glue onto the back of there. And then stick this onto the top. Okay, so you can see how that's then looking. We've got our lovely little angel that we're going to sit on the top here. So I'm going to take a little bit of, should we use glue gel? Or we could just use foam pads. Just moved a little bit there. Just going to take a couple of foam pads onto the back of here. Again, you could use glue gel if you prefer, completely up to you. So I'm going to take my scissors and just trim that little foam pad down. And we'll stick her on here so you can see how pretty that is then looking. So then to complete your card, you can just take some little self-adhesive sparkles like we've got here, and I just like to add a couple just kind of into the stars like this. And just kind of dot a couple about in the background. I like to use a couple in different sizes as well, just to kind of give, ooh, pinging one across the room there. Just to kind of give that little bit of depth and dimension. But that would then be your finished project. So we've got the new little Starry Trail stamp in the background here, which is really delicate. Or if you've got the Bethlehem stamp, you could use a little star from there too. So I really hope that you have enjoyed creating this project with me today. All of the materials are listed in the description below and are available to buy from our website, which is www.chloescreativecards.co.uk. We've got loads more ideas coming up on our YouTube channel, so please do hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you again very soon. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye!